Welcome, and thank you for joining us today as we present the UC retirement process from start to finish. This presentation is intended for those who are close to retiring from UC or who are planning to retire in the near future and who want to better understand the process of retirement step by step. In this webinar, we will first start off covering a glossary of terms which are helpful to understand as we move through the presentation. We'll then talk about the first steps that you can take as you prepare to retire, how to initiate your retirement from UC, completing your retirement election, how to submit required documents needed to process your retirement, where you can go to track your retirement election, details about your retirement confirmation letter, steps to enroll in retiree health benefits if eligible, and how to coordinate your UC retiree medical benefits with Medicare, and what to expect once you are retired. Understanding UC's retirement process step by step will better prepare you for this next chapter in your life and make your retirement a smooth one. So let's get started and define a few common terms that we will discuss throughout the presentation. UCRP stands for the University of California Retirement Plan. This is UC's pension and provides lifetime monthly income options upon retirement. For some, there's also an alternate lump sum cash out option. To be eligible or vested for UCRP benefits, you need to have 5 or more years of UCRP service credit. For more information on your UCRP benefits, please visit UC Rays at retirement@yourservice.ucop.edu. Under the Retirement Savings Program, or RSP, we offer 3 defined contribution plans that allow you to save additional money for your retirement. With the DC plan, you can make voluntary after-tax contributions that you can also have access to at any time, even while employed at UC. You may have also made mandatory pre-tax contributions to the DC plan during your career, depending on your employment classification. Additionally, you can make voluntary pre-tax contributions to either the tax-deferred 403B plan or the 457B deferred compensation plan, or both. Your RSP balances will be based on contributions made into the plans and the investment returns. Fidelity is our record keeper for these plans, and you can view your balances or enroll through Fidelity's website at netbenefits.com. Your separation date is your last day of employment at the university, also known as a termination date. It can be a working day, a day on vacation or sick leave, or even a weekend. It can also be a day where you are on a paid or unpaid leave of absence. Nevertheless, it is the last day of your employment at UC prior to your retirement date. Your retirement date is the effective date of your UCRP benefits and can be the day immediately following your separation date. There could be a 1 business day break between those 2 dates. For example, if you were retiring on July 1st, you might be separating on June 29th. Or it could be 10 years after your UC separation. Nevertheless, it is one of the most important decisions you'll make as you consider when is the right time for you to retire. The choice of separation date and retirement date will impact the benefit calculation and your eligibility for other benefits that you could receive from UCRP. For more information, we recommend that you attend our Preparing for Retirement webinar or review the Retirement Handbook. Basic Retirement Income, or BRI, is the monthly income you will be eligible to receive upon retirement based on your age, your years of service in UCRP, and a 3-year average salary. Instead of the BRI, you can elect an alternate payment option which would reduce your BRI to provide lifetime monthly income to someone else upon your death. Or, depending on your tier or membership classification, you can alternately elect a lump sum cash out. Alternate payment options or the lump sum cash out will still be based on the BRI calculation. The capital accumulation payment, or CAP, is the result of a series of special allocations provided to active UCRP members in the early 1990s and early 2000s. If you are an active UCRP member during these times, an amount equal to a percentage of your eligible salary would have been deposited into an interest-bearing account. Upon retirement, you must take a taxable distribution of the CAP account or roll the funds over to another qualified plan. If you have a CAP account or don't know if you do, you can log on to UC Raise and view CAP account balance information under the Membership Details section. As defined by UCRP, an eligible survivor is a person who may receive monthly survivor income automatically or who may be eligible to continue health benefits upon your death. The first eligible survivor is a spouse or domestic partner, provided you've been married or partnered for at least 1 year prior to your retirement date, and you must remain married or partnered continuously until you pass away. The next eligible survivor is a minor child, a child under age 22 if attending school full-time, or a disabled child. Finally, the last eligible survivor could be a dependent parent. A contingent annuitant is someone that you name through an alternate payment option to receive lifetime monthly income after you pass away. If you elect a contingent annuitant option, your income will be reduced depending on your age and the age of the contingent annuitant at retirement, as well as the option that you select. Your contingent annuitant can be any person you want, including your eligible survivor, or could be somebody else. You can only name one person, however, as contingent annuitant, and the election of a contingent annuitant at retirement is an irrevocable decision. UC Raise, or UC Retirement at Your Service, is your online member portal for all things related to UCRP, whether you are an active, inactive, or retired member. The website can be found at retirementatyourservice.ucop.edu or by clicking on the icon from the right-hand side of the UCNet website. In UC Raise, you can review your membership details, including any service credit in UCRP or Savings Choice, as well as your UCRP and CAP account balances. You can also prepare UCRP retirement estimates and elect your UCRP retirement, and you can also initiate applications for UCRP disability or an eligible UCRP service credit purchase as long as you're an active employee. You would also use UC Raise to designate or update your UCRP beneficiaries, and if you are a Savings Choice participant, you can make a second choice election to switch to Pension Choice. The Retirement Administration Service Center, or RASC, is a division of system-wide HR at UCOP, responsible for the day-to-day operations of benefits from UCRP and UC's retiree health plans. The RASC manages the system of record for membership in UCRP and processes the calculation and benefit payments for UCRP retirement, survivor, and disability income. The RASC also enrolls eligible retirees, family members, and survivors in UC's retiree medical and dental and legal benefits. If you need to contact the RASC for specific details or questions about your retirement benefits, you can send a secure message through UC Raise or call Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time at 1-800-888-8267. Preparation and planning are the most important first steps that everyone can take when getting ready to retire. So let's discuss a number of ways in which you can get started. First, take advantage of the many workshops, presentations, and webinars that are available to help you understand your benefits and all the things you'll need to prepare for as you take this important step. You can visit myucretirement.com to enroll in any of the classes that we offer or those offered by our Fidelity partners. To be better prepared, you can also visit UC Raise to review and create your UCRP retirement estimates and model various retirement scenarios that include survivor and contingent annuitant options. You should also review your RSP balances at Fidelity's website, netbenefits.com. Fidelity Workplace Financial Consultants are available to meet with you one-on-one via Zoom or the telephone and can help you put all the pieces together, including UCRP, RSP balances, Social Security, and other sources of retirement income to ensure you are retirement ready. Each location has at least one dedicated Fidelity consultant, or you can reach out to their phone team at 1-800-558-9188 982, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you will be eligible for Social Security benefits, please visit ssa.gov to view your projected Social Security benefits, as the income you receive will be dependent upon the age in which you elect to collect it. It's also a good idea to find out if you have any other sources of savings and potential retirement income from previous employers. You might also want to consult with your own tax or financial advisor, and it's a good idea to make sure your own personal finances are in order so that you can take the next step into retirement financially secure. In addition to today's webinar, we also offer 2 additional retirement planning webinars that you can attend to understand more in depth your UCRP retirement and your UC retiree health benefits and all of the different options available. You can register for these webinars, view copies of the presentation, or watch recorded versions of the presentation by visiting the QR code in the upper right-hand corner of the screen or by going directly to UCNet. You can also type in UCRS webinars into the UCNet search engine and you'll find this site as well. Twice a month, we offer our Preparing for Retirement webinar, in which we discuss in detail what is UCRP and how those benefits are calculated, what retirement income options you can elect when you are retiring, including monthly retirement income options, or if eligible for the lump sum cash out. We'll talk about benefits that might be payable to others upon your passing. We'll talk about how to qualify for UC retiree health benefits and how those benefits coordinate with Medicare. And finally, we'll discuss a brief overview of the retirement process and what to expect when you are retired. This webinar is held on the first Tuesday of the month at 10 a.m. and the second Wednesday of the month in the evening at 5:30 p.m. We also offer our UC Retiree Health Benefits webinar on the third Wednesday of each month at 2 p.m. In this webinar, we discuss the different options that you have for UC health benefits, what plans are offered in and out of California, how your medical benefits coordinate with Medicare, and we address common questions that you might be asking as you transition from active employee benefits into retirement. These webinars, in addition to the one you're attending today, are designed to build on each other and hopefully provide all the important information and details that you'll need to make your retirement election decisions and to help you to understand how those benefits can support you and your family in retirement. In many cases, it helps to attend these webinars more than once, as you'll always learn something new each time. And please invite your spouse, domestic partner, or other family members to attend as well. The first step in the formal process of initiating your retirement from UCRP is to prepare your personal retirement profile, or PRP. You can initiate your retirement no sooner than 3 months prior to your anticipated retirement date. For example, if you plan to retire July 1st, you can initiate your retirement as early as April 1st. Your PRP will be your planning tool and will include estimates of all your retirement income options from UCRP, as well as your eligibility for UC retiree health benefits. You'll use your PRP to make all of your retirement election decisions. The entire process of retirement from start to finish can take 60 to 90 days, so we recommend that you start early to ensure you have enough time to make an informed decision and that your retirement can be processed in time and you can get your first payment. When you elect to retire from UC, you will have to inform your department, or if you are an academic appointee, your local academic personnel, that you are separating and retiring. You can do this at the time that you initiate your retirement, or you can wait until closer to your separation date, whatever time frame works for you. We do not inform your department you are retiring, so it's important that you take all necessary actions needed to ensure that your separation from UC employment is processed in time so that your retirement benefits can be paid. If not, your first retirement payments could be delayed. You can also visit UCNet under the Compensation and Benefits tab for more information on your UC retirement benefits, including summary plan descriptions, fact sheets, and benefit summary documents. In the UCNet search engine, you can type in Preparing for Retirement, or use the QR code at the lower right hand of this screen, and you'll find a roadmap that lists all the steps of the retirement process one by one and links to important documents. For example, we recommend you review the Retirement Handbook, which has a lot of great information and details about the options that you can select at retirement, as well as eligibility information, required documents, and decisions that you're going to need to make as you retire from UC. You can also find links to our own UC retirement webinars, such as the one that you're attending today, or you can view PDF copies of the webinar presentation itself, as well as recorded versions of the presentations when available. Initiating your retirement is the first and most important step in beginning your retirement journey. In this process, which we will go through step by step, you will prepare your PRP or personal retirement profile. You can prepare your PRP no sooner than 3 months in advance of your retirement date. If it's less than 3 months, don't worry. It's still important that you start the process as soon as you can and as soon as you have settled on your retirement date. Please note that your retirement date can be no sooner than the first of the current month, provided that you are separated from UC employment. There are 2 ways in which you can initiate your retirement. The first and easiest is to log on to UC Raise and select the retirement icon from the main homepage. From there, you can select Initiate and elect your UCRP retirement and follow the prompts to create and save your PRP. If you don't want to use UC Raise or for some reason are unable to do so, you can fill out the Request for Retirement Initiation Packet form and submit it to the RASC, and we will prepare a PRP for you. Now let's go through the steps of creating your PRP on UC Raise. If you log into UC Raise, this is the first screen you will see. In the upper left, you can select Membership Details to view your UCRP cap balances, review your UCRP service credit, and any service credit that would count towards retiree health benefits. You can also use UC Raise to manage your contacts, update your beneficiary designations, and if you're an active employee, apply for UCRP disability income or elect a UCRP service credit purchase. You can also use UC Raise to run retirement estimates, and when ready, you can click on the Retirement tab to initiate your retirement. When you click on Membership Details, this is the screen you will see, and you can view your current service credit, including which tier that service has been earned, as well as your UCRP accumulations or contributions. You can click on the link to see your service credit broken down by each year, as well as the interest accumulating on your contributions. If you have a CAP account, you can also view your current balances and the monthly interest that is accrued. We'll talk about how you can receive benefits from your CAP account throughout the presentation. If you're an active employee, you can also see the years of service credit, including UCRP and/or Savings Choice, that counts towards eligibility for retiree health benefits. From the retirement screen, you can view and create your own UCRP retirement estimates. There's no limit to the number of estimates that you can create, and it is a great planning tool which allows you to model different retirement scenarios and can help you prepare for your retirement. On this screen, you will also be given 3 BRI estimates based on 3 different ages, and if eligible, lump sum cash out estimates as well. When you are ready to initiate your retirement, select Initiate and elect UCRP Retirement. Before you get started, please note all the detailed information above, which includes links to the Retirement Handbook, to UCNet for our retirement webinars, as well as contact information if you have further questions. If you have created a PRP previously, you can view that PRP if it has not expired. PRPs will expire 90 days after the selected retirement date if you do not elect to retire. To get started, select Create a new PRP. There are several steps in the process of creating your PRP, and the wizard on UC Raise will walk you through each one. Please note that not all steps will be available to all members if, for example, you aren't eligible for UC retiree health benefits. You can also skip past some steps that don't apply to you. To move forward, select Create PRP. In step 1, you will be provided with a summary of your membership details, which will be used as the basis of the calculation of your benefit options, as well as any projections of service and salary to your plan separation date that will be needed to complete those calculations. If you want to view your membership information in more detail, you'll have to go to the Membership Details section from the left-hand My Account menu on the UCRay's homepage. Please note the details of your PRP will not be saved until you have completed all steps. To continue, select Next. One of the most important decisions that you're going to make in this process is the date that you want to retire. On this screen, you're going to enter in both your UC retirement date, which is the effective date of your UCRP pension benefits, and your UC separation date, which is the last day of employment at the UC. For more information on things to consider when electing your retirement and separation dates, select the link marked here, and a pop-up box will come on the screen and include information that you can think about as you consider your separation and your retirement dates. For instance, you might want to retire on your next age factor increase, or you may need to coordinate your retirement and separation dates with your academic teaching schedule. Remember that your retirement date must be at least one day following your separation date, although it can be later. As an example, many of our active 1976 tier and safety members will select a separation date of June 29 and retire on July 1st to have a one business day break in service and take advantage of the inactive HAPC COLA. You might also be an inactive member who separated many years ago and are only now just collecting your retirement. If you need additional details or help in deciding your retirement and separation dates, please review the Retirement Handbook or attend one of our Preparing for Retirement webinars. If you have reciprocity with the California Public Employees Retirement System, or CalPERS, or CalSTRS, the State Teachers Retirement System, and you want to have that information included in your UCRP retirement, click on the checkbox here at the bottom of the screen so we can reach out to those systems and collect the details that we're going to need. Once you have entered all the things that you need to on this screen, go ahead and select Next. Here, you will be able to view the current address that we have on file for you. If you're an active employee at UC and you need to make an update to your address, you will need to go to UC Path and make the changes there. If you are an inactive member, you can update your address directly through UCRay's. If you plan to move after retirement, don't worry, you will still have the opportunity to provide us with your new address information in the retirement election process. Click on Next when you are ready to proceed. If you have a spouse or domestic partner, we will ask you for their information on this screen. If they are already one of your personal contacts, such as a beneficiary or an employee health dependent, then you can select them from the existing contact menu dropdown. You may still need to add additional details, such as a marriage date or domestic partnership date, as well as their contact address if different than yours. This information is necessary to ensure the proper calculation of benefits that might be payable to them upon your death, as well as how to contact them when needed. When you elect to retire, your spouse or domestic partner will also have to sign your retirement election form. If they are not already an existing contact, then you can still enter their details directly onto this step. If you are not married or do not have a domestic partner, then you can check the box at the top of the screen. Once you have completed all the details here, you can move on to the next step. In this step, you will review and or add any additional eligible survivors beyond your spouse or domestic partner. Eligible survivors include a child who is under age 18, under age 22 if attending school full-time, or a disabled child, provided that their disability occurred when they were otherwise eligible based on age. If you have a dependent parent for whom you provide 50% or more financial support, they also can be your eligible survivor. Existing contacts may already be listed, and you can add additional details or remove them if they are not qualified. You can also select Add Family Member to add any additional eligible survivors that are not already listed. Select Next when you are ready to move on to the next step. A contingent annuitant is a person that you may want to name to receive lifetime monthly income from UCRP upon your death through one of our alternate payment options. If we would like to potentially name a contingent annuitant, or at least be provided with the calculated contingent annuitant options, it is often a good idea to include their information here. Your potential contingent annuitant might be listed as an existing contact, or you can enter their information brand new. Please note that any contingent annuitant included here is only used to prepare the estimates for your various retirement payment options available to you when you retire. By entering a contingent annuitant on this screen, you're not obligating yourself to elect a contingent annuitant option. In fact, you can create more than one PRP with a different contingent annuitant. For example, you might want to compare options naming your spouse as a contingent annuitant versus naming an adult child. When you select your retirement option, however, you can only select one person as contingent annuitant. If you don't want to view any contingent annuitant options, you can always select the checkbox at the top of the screen and then choose Next when you're ready to move on to the next screen. If you are potentially eligible for UC retiree health benefits in retirement, the next step in this process will be to review your insurance details, including the UC medical, dental, and/or legal plans in which you are enrolled as an employee. If you have family members enrolled with you, their information will also be displayed on this screen. If you have family members covered by your UC medical, dental, and/or legal plans who are not listed here, please be sure to contact the RAS for assistance with your PRP. There are several requirements to meet in order to be eligible for UC retiree health benefits. Most importantly, your UC retirement date must be within 120 days of your UC separation date, and you cannot elect a lump sum cash out. For more specifics on UC's eligibility rules for retiree health benefits, please review the Retirement Handbook, or you can attend our Retiree Health Benefits webinar. If everything looks good, select Next to continue. On this final screen, you can review all the details that you entered into your PRP. If you would like to go back and review a particular section, or if you need to make a change, you can click on the hyperlink to go back to that section. Once you are ready to create your PRP, click on the I agree checkbox at the bottom of the screen and select Create PRP. Once your PRP is created, you will generally be able to view a screen similar to this, which will include the various options that are available to you based on the details that you entered into the PRP wizard. This would include the basic retirement income, including any benefits payable to an eligible survivor, as well as any alternate payment options that you can name to provide benefits to a contingent annuitant. And finally, if you are eligible for a lump sum cash out, that estimate will also be included here. Now, if you are going to be eligible for UC retiree health benefits, those details will also be included on here, including the premiums that you would pay as a retiree for those plans. Now, you can come back and view your PRP at any time. You can also send a copy of your PRP to your UC Raise inbox, or you can print a copy to PDF or to your local printer. Please note that if you do not elect to retire, your PRP will expire 90 days after your selected retirement date. Also note that you will receive some reminder notifications that you have a retirement in progress until you either complete your retirement election or your PRP is canceled if you decide not to retire. Though not common, in some special circumstances, an additional review is required by the RAS before we can prepare your PRP. If so, instead of seeing your PRP on the screen we just saw, you will receive this message informing you that the RAS needs to view your PRP first. You do not need to take any action at this time, and your PRP will generally be completed and ready for you to view within 5 to 7 business days, if not sooner. Once the review is complete, your PRP will be created and sent to your UC Raise message inbox. You will also receive an email to your personal or work email address to let you know that your PRP is ready. You can log back into UC Raise and view your PRP in the retirement section. If you are unable to prepare your PRP through UC Raise, or you choose not to, you can also complete the Request for Retirement Initiation Packet form and submit it to the RASC, and we will prepare your PRP for you. This form gathers all the same information that you needed to enter into the UC Raise wizard in order for us to prepare your PRP. Once your PRP is prepared and ready, you will again receive an email to your work or personal email address on file, alerting you to log into UC Raise to view your PRP. As we mentioned earlier, your PRP is your planning tool and is intended to help you make your retirement election decisions. Your next step is to review your PRP and the different options that are available to you. For more details and to better understand your choices, we encourage you to review the Retirement Handbook, which is linked on UC Raise but also available through UCNet. If you have specific questions that can't be answered in your PRP or the Retirement Handbook or other resources available on UCNet, you can always contact the RASC for questions via secure message or telephone. You might also want to make an appointment with a Fidelity Workplace Financial Consultant who can review not only your PRP, but put together a plan for you that would include other sources of retirement income, such as Social Security or benefits you might receive from another employer. If you are married or have a domestic partner, you should also review your PRP with them so that they understand your election decisions and the impact that those choices make on the benefits that they could be eligible to receive upon your death. You might also want to consult with other family members or your personal tax or financial advisor. If you don't wish to proceed with retirement, you don't need to take any further action, and your PRP will expire automatically 90 days after the retirement date you entered. However, if you do wish to proceed, it is important to note that you must take action to elect to retire. If you do not make a retirement election within 90 days of your retirement date, your retirement will be canceled and you'll need to start over again with a new retirement date that would be no sooner than the first of the month in which you initiate a new PRP. If you are ready to take the next step and formally elect your UCRP retirement, let's walk through those steps that you'll need to take to make your retirement election decisions and sign your retirement election form. To initiate your retirement election, please log on to UC Raise and select the retirement icon from the main home screen, and then select Initiate and Elect UCRP Retirement. From the following screen, you'll be able to view any active PRPs that have been prepared. You'll then follow a series of prompts to provide your election instructions and prepare your retirement election form for signature. If you do not wish to go through UC Raise or are unable to do so, you can alternately complete and submit an election planning worksheet so that the RASC can prepare the election form for you. In your election planning worksheet, you'll need to provide all of your election instructions. So let's walk through the steps of your UCRP retirement election step by step. From the Initiate and Elect UCRP retirement screen, you can view any active PRPs that you or the RASC have prepared. To view your PRP or to initiate your retirement election, click on the checkbox and select View PRP Elect Retirement. Note above there are links to additional resources that you can utilize to find out more information regarding your retirement election options, such as in the Retirement Handbook, or to reach out to somebody to speak with them specifically about your situation. If you have more than one PRP, be sure to select the correct PRP before initiating your retirement election. For example, if you prepared one PRP with your spouse as contingent annuitant and a second one with your child, be sure you are electing off of the correct PRP that you want to receive benefits from. Once you select View PRP Elect Retirement, your PRP will come back onto the screen, and you can click on the yellow banners to expand that section and view the specific information about that PRP. including your retirement and separation date, as well as benefits payable to your survivor or contingent annuitant, and your estimated retirement income options. You can also send a copy of your PRP to your UC Raise inbox or print a copy to your local printer. If you are ready to proceed with your retirement election, select Elect UCRP Retirement. To complete your UCRP retirement election, you will be walked through a series of screens to provide the details of your selected payment options. Please note that not all steps presented here will apply to every member's retirement election and will be skipped if they do not apply to you. Each step will be saved along the way, so if for some reason you need to stop and come back later, you can do so. To move to step 1 of the retirement election process, select Elect UCRP Retirement. The first step in your retirement election is to select your payment options. You'll see that your elected retirement date and separation date are visible. Before you proceed, please ensure that these are correct. If they are not, you'll need to cancel this retirement election and return to the Initiate and Elect UCRP Retirement screen and select a different existing PRP or prepare a new one. In general, you can only select one payment option when you retire, whether that's monthly retirement income or if you're eligible to lump sum cash out. If you are selecting a monthly income option, you'll also need to choose between either the BRI or basic retirement income or one of the alternate payment options A through D to provide a benefit to your contingent annuitant. Please note that option D is only available to those who are 1976 tier members, coordinated with Social Security, and whose eligible spouse or domestic partner is also their contingent annuitant. If you are a multi-tier member, you must select an option for each tier or benefit type separately. In general, you must select the same option for each benefit type. For example, if you have service in both the 1976 tier and the 2013 tier, and you want to select option A, you must select option A for both the 1976 tier and the 2013 tier benefit types. If you are a 1976 tier coordinated member and select option D, and you have service in any other tier, you must select option C for all other benefit types, since option D is not available. Multi-tier members who elect the lump sum cash out for service in the 1976 tier, safety, or modified 2013 tier, but who also have service in either the 2013 or the 2016 tier, where the lump sum cash out option is not available, may choose any of the monthly income options, BRI, or options A through C for service in those tiers. Once you have selected your payment options, select Next to move on to the following screen. On step 2, you must select the payment address for your UC retirement income payments. If we have an existing home address, it will be listed on the screen. You may also add a separate mailing address if it is different from your home address, such as a P.O. box, or you can add a temporary address if you will be living somewhere else on a short-term basis after you retire. If you need to make changes to any of the addresses listed here, click on the hyperlink under the address type. Once you have saved and confirmed your addresses, you must select one as your payment address. This will be the primary address associated to your retirement income payments, even if you select a direct deposit option. This address will be maintained and used to mail any paper checks, benefit income statements, or annual tax forms. To keep you connected with the UC community after retirement, you can check on the I Consent checkbox and be connected with your local Emeriti or Retiree Association or Retirement Center. These centers and organizations provide a lot of great resources for UC retirees, offering local programs and ways to access campus services such as libraries and email. If you don't wish to share your personal email address with your local retirement center or association, then do not select the checkbox or include your email address. When you are ready to move on to the next step, select Next. If you have an eligible survivor or a contingent annuitant and elected an option that provides for a benefit to them, you can review their details here in Step 3. Note that if you are a 1976 tier member or a safety member and elected the BRI option, your eligible survivors can still be eligible for the post-retirement survivor continuance benefit. Now from this screen, you cannot make any changes to your survivor or contingent annuitant listed. If you need to make a change, such as selecting a different contingent annuitant, you must cancel your retirement election, return to the Initiate and Elect UCRP retirement screen, and either select a different existing PRP that you have already prepared or prepare a new one. If everything looks good, you can select Next to proceed to the following screen. Whether you choose a monthly income option or a lump sum cash out, you must provide your payment and tax withholding instructions for your initial payments. For any monthly income, you may elect to add a bank account to have your funds automatically deposited into your bank account. If you are an active employee with UC and have an existing direct deposit account with UC Pass, you will be able to select that bank account, or you can enter the routing number and account number of a new bank. You may elect to split your direct deposit by percentage up to 3 different bank accounts. Please note that you must select a U.S.-based bank account with an ACH or automated clearinghouse routing number, even if you plan to live outside the U.S. after retirement. We do not allow direct deposit to a foreign bank. If you don't want to sign up for direct deposit, you can select the checkbox below and have a paper check mailed to you each month. In general, most, if not all, of your UCRP retirement income will be taxable, so you will need to provide your tax withholding instructions. If you are living within the U.S. and do not wish to have federal taxes withheld, you can select the Do Not Withhold checkbox. Just note that you will be responsible for paying any income taxes owed at the end of the year. UCRP retirement income, including the cap payment, is reported on a 1099-R tax form. Or, if you are receiving a benefit from the 415M restoration plan, it will be reported on a W-2. If you will be residing outside of the United States and will be a tax resident of a foreign country, you can select the country where you will be a tax resident, and we will withhold taxes based on the tax treaty between the U.S. and that country. In this instance, your retirement income is reported on a 1042-S tax form. For U.S. federal tax withholding, you'll need to provide your filing status, such as single or married filed separately, married filed jointly, or head of household. You can also enter in additional details to determine your tax withholdings, and you can add an additional dollar amount withholding, which can be added on top of the regular tax deductions. For California state tax, you can select your tax withholding based on the tax table amount with whatever allowances you select, or you can withhold based on a percentage, and you can have an additional dollar amount included as well. If you are going to be living outside of California, or will at some point in the future, just know that we cannot withhold taxes from any other state, and you may wish to select Do Not Withhold California State Tax. However, we do recommend that you speak with your tax advisor on whether you should or should not withhold California state income tax if you move out of the state. Please note that you can update your direct deposit and tax withholding options at any time after you start receiving your retirement income through UC Raise. Once you are ready to move to the next step, select Next. If you are electing a lump sum cash out or have a cap account, you will also need to provide instructions on how those benefits are to be paid out. For more information on the tax implications of taking a one-time distribution, please review the special tax notice for UC retirement plan distributions or speak with the tax advisor. If you elect to have a lump sum cash out or cap account payment distributed to you directly, the gross payment amount will be included in your taxable income for the year, and you will be responsible for any tax liability on that and other income. If you want to defer your tax liability initially, you can select an option to roll over all or a portion of the lump sum cash out or cap account to another qualified plan, such as any of the 3 UC RSP plans, to another qualified employer plan, or to a traditional or Roth IRA. Please note, though, that if you do roll funds over to a Roth IRA, This is still a taxable distribution, and you will have the option to elect federal and/or California state income tax to be withheld. If you do elect a rollover, you must select which portion of that rollover that you want to have, whether you are choosing a 100% rollover or are rolling over a portion and having the rest paid to you directly. You'll then select the type of plan that you are rolling your balances over into. For example, if you elect to roll over to a UCRP plan, you'll also need to choose whether it will be into the 403B, the 457B, or DC plan. In the case that you roll over to a UCRP plan, your funds will be processed and transferred to that plan automatically. If you want to roll over your funds to another employer plan or a traditional or Roth IRA, please provide the name of the plan as the check will be made payable. Your rollover check, made payable to the other plan, for benefit of you, will be mailed to your payment address. It will then be your responsibility to deposit the rollover to the other entity within 60 days. If you are rolling over to a non-RSP plan, please be sure to contact your other plan to ensure you have the right name so your rollover check is issued to them correctly. If UC ends up having to reissue the payment because it is not accepted by the other plan, there will be no additional interest or investment earnings on those funds in the interim. For any portion of the lump sum cash out or cap account payment that is not rolled over, you can select to add a bank account to have those funds directly deposited. For any portion that is payable to you, UC must withhold 20% federal income tax. You can also select whether you want us to withhold an additional 2% California state income tax or not. If you will be residing outside of the United States and will be a tax resident of a foreign country, or if you have any other special tax withholding instructions, instead of using UC Raise to prepare your retirement election, you can complete and submit the election planning worksheet to the RASC, who can prepare your retirement election form and send it to you directly. Once you've entered in your details here, select Next to proceed. If you will be potentially eligible for UC retiree medical, dental, or legal benefits, you can view those details here and elect to continue those benefits into retirement, or if you will have other coverage, you can elect to suspend your medical or dental benefits. If you don't have or don't want to have legal benefits when you retire, you can select Cancel, or you can continue those benefits as well. If you are eligible and want to enroll in retiree vision or retiree AD&D benefit through UC and or continue your pet insurance benefits, you can do so by enrolling and paying premiums directly to those insurance carriers. Please see UCNet or attend one of our other webinars for more information on that process. It's important that you review the covered family members listed on this screen. If you do have family members that are currently covered on your plan, but they are not listed here, you'll need to complete a separate form, the UBIN 100, and include that with your signed retirement election to ensure their benefits continue into retirement. If your family members are listed here, then there is an additional action you need to take. Please note that your retirement election is not a guarantee of eligibility for UC retiree health benefits. In general, you must retire from UCRP within 120 days of your UC separation date and elect a monthly retirement income option to be eligible. You do forfeit eligibility if you elect a lump sum cash out. You must also meet service credit requirements, which are subject to review and verification by the RASC when your retirement is processed. If you or any of your covered family members are over age 65 as of your retirement date, or will be age 65 within 3 months, select the Medicare eligible checkbox and an instruction letter will be sent to you with information on how to enroll in Medicare and coordinate your Medicare benefits with your UC medical plan. You'll need to do this even if you have already been enrolled in Part A or are already enrolled in Part A and Part B. This letter will include links to forms you'll need to take to Social Security to enroll in Medicare if you have not already done so, and it will also include forms needed to coordinate your UC medical benefits with your Medicare plans. This process also applies to those who are eligible for Medicare through a disability. If you or your covered family members are not eligible for Medicare Part A for free, you will need to provide proof of that from Social Security. More information on this process will be included in that letter and also will be covered later in this presentation. When you are finished reviewing any insurance enrollments, please select Next. As part of the review and processing of your retirement, UC requires certain documents to verify details such as your marriage or partnership dates or the age of your contingent annuitant or eligible child. To help speed along the processing of your retirement, you can upload copies of these documents directly into the UC Raise Retirement Election tool. To do so, select the required document from the Document Type drop-down. Then click on Choose File to find the relevant document on your device, select the file, and then upload. It's important to note that there are various documents that can be used as acceptable evidence, so click the Here link at the top of the screen for a complete list of acceptable documents. For example, a copy of your marriage certificate requires a seal from the jurisdiction in which it was certified. Ceremonial certificates, even if signed by witnesses and/or the individual who officiated the ceremony, are not acceptable. We, of course, only need copies of your required documents, but please be sure to note that your documents need to be legible. If we have a difficult time reading the data that you submitted in your document, we will have to reach back out to you to request additional documentation. One other note that if your documents are in a language other than English, we will need a certified copy translation of that document. Once you have successfully uploaded your required documents, you will receive a pop-up notification letting you know that it was successfully uploaded. Click OK, and then you can view the uploaded document below. If you made a mistake, you can click on the X to remove that document. You will need to do this process for each required document that you need to upload as part of this process. If you do not, however, have the required documents available, just make a note of what documents are still needed, and we will show you later how you can upload those documents separately. Any delay in returning required documents could delay the processing of your retirement and your first payment. Click on Next when you are ready to move forward. On the final screen of the UC Raise Retirement Election, you will be able to review all of the election decisions that you've made, including your selection of payment options, payment details, direct deposit, tax withholding, and retiree insurance enrollments. To go back or make changes to any particular section, click on the hyperlink associated with that section. Some changes, such as choosing a different contingent annuitant, will require you to cancel your election and elect on a new PRP. You can do that by canceling at the bottom of any of the steps in the retirement election process. If you do exit without completing or canceling your retirement election, or you are unable to complete it for some reason, such as needing to confirm your payment information or maybe even your marriage date, it's not a big deal, it happens. But you can come back and resume your retirement election at a later time. Your retirement election, like your PRP, will not expire until 90 days following your noted retirement date. You can also cancel your retirement election from the Initiate and Elect UCRP retirement screen as well. Once you are ready to complete your retirement election, you'll need to do so from the Review Your Election screen. If you would like to sign your retirement election electronically, select the checkbox at the bottom of the screen to do so. If you have a spouse or domestic partner, they must also sign your retirement election form. They too can do that either physically or you can have them electronically sign it. To do so, you'll just need to provide us with their personal email address. We will then send them a separate notification and instructions on how to e-sign your election. Once you are ready to proceed and submit your retirement election instructions, please select the I agree checkbox at the bottom of the screen and click on Initiate My Retirement Election. Once you have submitted your retirement election instructions, please note that you have not finished. If everything is good, you will see this message and you will need to complete some additional steps to sign your election. Our system will automatically create your retirement election form and will send it to your UC Raise messages inbox. If you don't see the election form right away, just be patient and refresh after a few minutes and it should be there. If you submitted an election planning worksheet to the RAS to prepare your retirement election, you will receive an email notification to your work and or personal email address on file alerting you that action is still required to sign your election form. Once your election form is ready for your signature, you will see one message in your box that will either say Monthly Retirement Income Election Form or Lump Sum Cash Out Election Form. If you elected to sign electronically, there will be a separate message link to sign your retirement election form through UC Raise. It's just important to realize and note that you must sign and submit your retirement election form in order to complete your retirement election. If you delay signing your election or fail to do so, your first retirement payments may be delayed or your retirement may be canceled. If you do not sign and submit your retirement election to the RAS within 90 days of your retirement date, your retirement election will expire and you will have to select a new retirement date no sooner than the first of the current month in which you reinitiate your request to retire. Please review your retirement election form to ensure that all your election choices are correct. Your retirement election form will include your retirement and separation dates, the payment options you selected, any eligible survivors and contingent annuitants that you have, your direct deposit and tax withholding instructions, as well as your eligibility to continue or suspend your UC medical, dental, or legal benefits into retirement. Once you have reviewed your retirement election form, and if you are ready to proceed, please sign and submit your retirement election electronically, agreeing to the terms and conditions of your retirement from UC. You can alternately print your retirement election form and sign it and submit it to the RAS separately. Your spouse or domestic partner must also sign your retirement election form, agreeing to the terms of your retirement election and acknowledging the impact of those decisions on any benefits that may or may not be payable to them upon your death. If you provided their personal email address during the retirement election process, your spouse or partner will receive a separate email with instructions and a link to sign your UC Raise retirement election. To sign your election, they'll click on the link and they'll go through a series of steps to log in, agree to the terms and conditions, and follow the prompts to sign and submit your retirement election form as well. So please let your spouse or partner know that they need to take these actions as well. If you cannot use UC Raise to complete your retirement election or don't wish to do so, you can complete and submit either the monthly retirement income or lump sum cash out election worksheet to the RAS to have your retirement election form prepared for your signature. You must still include your retirement date, your separation date, all the payment option details you want, your survivor and contingent annuitant information, and your enrollment in retiree insurance if applicable. Please allow 2 to 3 weeks for the RAS to prepare your retirement election form. Once completed, a copy of your retirement election will be sent to you via UC Raise, and you will receive an email notification when further action is required for you to sign your election form. If you didn't submit the required documentation that was needed to process your retirement, such as your marriage evidence or birth evidence for your contingent annuitant, or you still need to submit your signed retirement election, you can still do that through UC Raise. When you log into UC Raise, and if there is a process in progress that is missing required documentation, you will see this Upload Documentation link on the left-hand side of the menu choices here on UC Raise. Click on this link, and you will be taken to the Upload Required Documents screen. To upload your requirement documents, you'll need to do the following. First, you'll need to select the process for which you are uploading documents. For example, in this process, it is UC Retirement Election. You then choose the required document from the Document Type drop-down menu and select Choose File to find the relevant document on your device. You'll then upload the document and repeat this step for each document that you need individually. Please don't submit all documents in one file. You'll need to add them in here, each one separately. Once you have the selected file that you need, then you're going to hit submit to upload the documents, and everything will be submitted through UC If everything is successful, then you will get a confirmation notice at the top of the screen. Also, once all required documents have been uploaded, the upload documentation link on the left-hand side of the screen will no longer be visible. As we've mentioned earlier, when you are completing your retirement election and uploading your required documents, there is a link on the UC screen which provides a list of acceptable evidence for each document type. You can also find a description of acceptable evidence in the Retirement Handbook. Even if you aren't ready to retire, it's still a good idea to have these documents available for when you do make this decision. Even if you submit your signed election to the RASC, if all required documents are missing, then we cannot proceed with processing your retirement election, and your retirement payments may be delayed. The types of required documents will depend on the retirement options you selected. First and foremost, everybody electing to retire must submit their signed election form to the RASC, and we can't emphasize that enough. If you are married or have a domestic partner, they must also sign your retirement election form, regardless of the options that you selected. If you are married or have a domestic partner and are electing to choose a monthly benefit, you may need to provide additional details such as marriage evidence, which can include a marriage certificate or copies of your tax returns showing married filed jointly if signed at least 1 year prior to your retirement. We would also need domestic partnership evidence, which can include either copies of your registration with the state of California or another jurisdiction, completion of our UBIN 250 domestic partnership declaration form with 2 pieces of additional evidence showing financial interdependence, or proof of completion of UC's family member eligibility verification with a domestic partnership health dependent. If you are naming a contingent annuitant, we will need their birth evidence, which can include a copy of a birth certificate, a valid passport, or a naturalization certificate. If your contingent annuitant is also a UC employee, just note that birth evidence will not be required. For eligible children, birth evidence will be needed along with proof of full-time student enrollment if your eligible child is also over age 18. If your eligible child became disabled prior to age 18, but before turning 22 while attending school full-time, we will need to have their disability date. Once your retirement is processed, the RASC will reach out to you to get further information in order to evaluate your eligible child's eligibility based on their disability. There is a separate process for certifying disabled children over the age of 26 for continuation under your health benefits. This is handled through your medical plan directly, and proof of eligibility will be reported to either UCPath if you're still an active employee or the RASC if you are retired. Please contact your medical insurance carrier for more information. If you're not sure what documents are acceptable for this process, please review the Retirement Handbook, which does provide some additional documentation that can be used to satisfy the requirements listed here. Also note that we do not need original copies of any of the required documents. Photocopies, scanned copies, even pictures of those documents are acceptable as long as they are legible. Again, we'll also note that if any documentation that you have is not in English, we will need a certified translated copy. Once your signed retirement election and all required documents have been submitted to the RASC, we'll review your signed election and all the documentation you provided, verify the service and salary details that go into the calculation of your retirement income, and ensure all your payment details are set up for your first payment. If there is any missing documentation or we need additional payroll details to verify your retirement calculations, the RASC will reach out to you or your location for more information. Generally speaking, it will take approximately 45 to 60 days to process your retirement and set up your initial payments. It is for this reason that we encourage you to initiate and complete your retirement election as soon as possible. If there is additional complexity to your retirement, or we are waiting for additional information, such as the need to verify reciprocal or concurrent retirement details from CalPERS or CalSTRS, or if there is an unresolved divorce situation, there could be additional time required. When your retirement application has been processed, you will be sent a confirmation letter which will provide you all the details of your retirement election, the final calculation of your retirement income, and eligibility for retiree insurance if applicable. If everything looks good, there's no further action that will be required from you and you can enjoy your retirement. However, if you do want to make additional changes or if you've decided to cancel your retirement, you will need to do so no later than your retirement date or 15 days from the date of your retirement confirmation letter, if later. This date will be printed on your retirement confirmation letter, and once passed, your retirement election is irrevocable and cannot be changed or canceled. A common question asked during the retirement process is what steps do I need to do to ensure that my retirement is processed? Or what happens once I submit all my election form and documents to the RASC? Have I done everything that's necessary? You can log into UCRaise and track the progress of your retirement application at any time. From the tracker screen, you can click on the Retirement Progress Glossary link to better understand what occurs at each step, whether it is a step that you are responsible to complete or those steps being completed by the RASC. The glossary will also include the approximate processing time if applicable. The steps in the tracker include the creation, preparation, and review of your PRP, the initiation, signing, and submitting of your retirement election, as well as all the documents that we need to process your retirement, and then the review of all those documents, the review of your final retirement calculation, and the approval of your retirement for payment. Once all steps have been completed, you will receive your retirement confirmation letter. Use this as your guide throughout the retirement process. Once your retirement is complete, you will receive your retirement confirmation letter. This letter will include the following details: the date that you elected to retire from UC, and the last day of your UC employment or your separation date. It will also include the retirement income option that you selected, whether you chose the BRI, an alternate payment option to a contingent annuitant, or the lump sum cash out. Your letter will also include the irrevocable date, which is the last day that you can make any changes to your retirement election options or to cancel your retirement outright. It will also include payment details such as your direct deposit, rollover instructions for any lump sum cash out or cap payment, as well as any tax withholding instructions that you selected. Although you won't be able to change your retirement income option once you are retired, if you elected monthly retirement income, you can still update your direct deposit and or tax withholding instructions after retirement at any time through UCRaise. In addition, your retirement confirmation letter will provide details on any benefits payable upon your death, including the basic death payment, post-retirement survivor continuance to any eligible survivors, or the alternate payment option to your contingent annuitant if you selected one. If you have a cap account or elected a lump sum cash out, the letter will also confirm the payment details that you selected, whether you chose to roll it over to another plan, have it paid out to you as a taxable distribution, or a combination of both. All the factors that went into the final calculation of your retirement income, such as your HAPC, age factor, and UCRP service credit, will also be provided in your confirmation letter. And finally, if you are eligible for retiree health benefits, your eligibility for retiree medical, dental, and legal benefits, as well as any covered family members, will be included as well. If everything looks good, there's no further action that you need to take, and you can start enjoying your retirement. Now that we've covered the process and steps for electing your UC retirement, let's talk about the transition from UC employee benefits into retirement for those who are eligible and how to handle the coordination of your medical plan with Medicare. The transition into retiree medical, dental, and legal benefits occur as part of the normal retirement process. Your premiums, if any, will be deducted from your monthly retirement check automatically. To ensure a seamless transition into retirement, it is often a good idea to fill critical prescriptions and make any necessary medical appointments prior to your retirement, just in case any issues arise. A Upon retirement, you will be in a new retiree medical group and you will receive new medical plan cards. In addition to medical, dental, and legal benefits, when you retire, you can also continue enrollment in the Vision Service Plan and accidental death and dismemberment benefits. As a retiree, however, there is no UC contribution towards vision benefits, and you'll pay the entire premiums for both vision and AD&D coverage directly to the insurance carrier. UC also offers pet insurance through our contracting provider nationwide, and that option will continue for you in retirement. You'll just enroll and pay premiums directly to the carrier. If you are eligible for Medicare Part A for free and enrolled in a UC retiree medical plan, you must enroll in Medicare Part B through Social Security and coordinate those benefits with your UC medical plan. If you or any of your covered family members will be 65 or older upon retirement, as part of the retirement process, you will receive a Medicare instructions letter that will explain the steps you'll need to take. We'll also cover that in more detail later. Any premiums for Medicare are deducted from your Social Security check or paid to Medicare directly. If you have homeowners, renters, or automobile insurance through UC's contracts with either California Casualty or Farmers Insurance, you may continue coverage by paying the full premium directly to the insurance carrier. Please contact the individual carriers directly for cost information and or to set up benefit payments. Other benefits that you may have been enrolled in as an employee will end when you separate and retire. For example, there is no retiree group policy for life insurance or supplemental health benefits. These plans do, however, offer conversion or portability options, which may allow you to enroll in an individual policy. Please contact the carrier for more information on such premiums. Your Health Flexible Spending account, if you have one, also ends at the end of the month following your last contribution. That means that you may be reimbursed for expenses incurred through the date coverage ends. You have the option of continuing the Health FSA coverage through COBRA until the end of the calendar year in which you retire. Your employee disability benefit insurance also ends on the last day of your employment. For more details on these plans, please see the Retirement Handbook. Even if you are eligible for retiree health benefits, all employees enrolled in UC health benefit plans will receive a COBRA packet automatically upon separation. COBRA coverage allows you the option to continue your enrollment in your current group medical, dental, vision, and health FSA benefits by paying up to 102% of the full premium. If you are going to be eligible for retiree health benefits, you don't need to enroll in COBRA, and you can disregard the packet. However, if you are not going to be eligible for retiree health benefits, perhaps because you didn't meet the minimum qualifications or you elected a lump sum cash out, you can continue your employee benefits through COBRA. Generally, COBRA continuation is for a period of 18 months, but can be extended an additional 18 months under certain circumstances at a higher cost. If you and any of your covered family members are going to be age 65 or older at the time of retirement and are also eligible for Medicare Part A for free, UC requires enrollment in both Parts Medicare A and B and to coordinate those benefits with your UC medical plan. You or your covered family members may also qualify for Medicare prior to age 65 if disabled through Social Security. To receive instructions on how to coordinate your Medicare with your UC medical plan automatically, you will need to self-identify that you are or your family members are eligible for Medicare when you complete your retirement election through UC Raise. If you do not self-identify, you will still be sent a letter with instructions once your signed retirement election form and all required documents are verified by the RASC. The Medicare letter will include details on UC's Medicare requirements, how to enroll in Medicare, and once enrolled, how to coordinate your Medicare with your UC medical plan, links to the CMS L564 Request for Employment Information form, which will be needed to be completed by your location and submitted to Medicare if you are already age 65 or older at retirement, as well as links to UC's medical plan enrollment forms that will be needed to assign and coordinate your Medicare benefits with your UC medical plan. Now, what is the Request for Information Employment form from CMS? For those who turn 65 while enrolled in an employer group plan, or any spouse or employee covered under an employer group plan, Medicare allows you to defer enrollment in Medicare Part B without penalty until that coverage ends. Once employer group coverage ends, however, such as at retirement, you are given a special enrollment period to enroll in Medicare Part B without penalty. To be eligible for enrollment during a special enrollment period, you must demonstrate that you have had employer group coverage through either your employer or your spouse's current employer within the last 8 months. To enroll, you'll need to have your local benefits office or healthcare facilitator complete Section B of the CMS L564 form confirming your enrollment in an employer group plan. You'll then submit the completed form along with your application to Medicare to ensure enrollment in both Part A and Part B of Medicare. You'll need to do this if you are already enrolled in Part A as well, but still need to enroll in Part B. You or any covered family members who are going to be eligible for Medicare will need to complete a form for each other separately. If you are turning 65 within 3 months of the start date of your UC retiree health benefits, you can enroll with Medicare during your initial enrollment period and do not need to complete this form. Once you are enrolled in Medicare, you'll need to complete the special UC medical form to coordinate each of your benefits with Medicare with your UC medical plan. Again, each family member eligible for Medicare will need to complete a separate form and submit it to the RASC along with a copy of your Medicare card. If you are currently enrolled in UC's Blue and Gold HMO plan, the Medicare partner plan is UC Medicare Choice administered by United Health. The transition to this plan and assignment of all components of Medicare will be done by completing the UBIN 121. Any non-Medicare family members enrolled would remain in the UC Blue and Gold plan. For those who are enrolled in UC Care or the UC Core plans, you'll need to complete and submit the UBIN 123 to coordinate Part D coverage with your UC Medicare PPO plan. Other Medicare PPO plan options may be available during future open enrollment periods after retirement. Again, any non-Medicare family members will remain in either UC Care or UC Core. Kaiser Senior Advantage is the Medicare plan for Kaiser, and you'll complete your enrollment in this plan by completing the UBIN 127 form. Be sure to include a copy of your Medicare card or Medicare award letter showing enrollment in both Parts of Medicare A and B. Enrollment in Medicare Part D will be handled through Kaiser. Finally, the UC Health Savings Plan does not have a Medicare partner plan attached to it. So if you are enrolled in this plan and any of your eligible family members will become eligible for Medicare, you will have to switch your entire family to a new plan that does offer Medicare coordinated plans. To do this, you'll first need to complete the form UBIN 100 Retiree Insurance Continuation Form along with the appropriate Medicare coordination form that we just described here to ensure your timely enrollment. These documents can be submitted with your retirement election. If you aren't going to be eligible for Medicare Part A for free, you do not need to enroll in Medicare and coordinate your benefits with your UC medical plan. In that instance, you'll still need to apply for Medicare through Social Security and submit a copy of your Medicare denial letter to the RASC. Now that you've completed the retirement process, let's talk briefly about a few things that you can expect. If you've elected a monthly pension option, your first regular retirement benefit payment will usually come around the first of the month following your retirement date. For example, if you retire on May 1st, you will receive your first retirement benefit close to June 1st or the prior business day. Depending on timing, if there was a delay in processing your retirement, it is possible that you will receive a retroactive payment to your retirement date in advance of your first regular monthly payment. Your retirement benefits will be electronically deposited to the bank accounts that you selected when you retired, and you can also view your direct deposit statements or benefit income statements through UC Raise. If you did not elect a direct deposit option, you will receive your monthly payments in the mail. Rollover payments of any lump sum cash out or cap account will be mailed to you directly unless you elected to roll over to one of our UCRP plans. Again, if you had a portion of these benefits paid to you directly as a taxable distribution, that will either be directly deposited into the account that you selected, or a paper check will be mailed to you depending on what you chose. Retirement income is reported on a IRS 1099-R tax form rather than a W-2 at the end of each year. During your first year of your retirement, you will receive both a W-2 from your employment income and a 1099-R for your tax income from UCRP. If you have a cap account, you will receive a separate 1099-R from your pension or lump sum payment. Your annual 1099-R forms can be downloaded from the UCRaise site. In rare instances, if you are receiving a payment from the 415M Restoration Plan, that will also be reported to you as a W-2. Or if you are a tax resident of a different state, your tax statements are going to be reported on a 1042-S form. Once you are retired, we encourage you to keep your personal contact information up to date. As an employee, you would do this through UCPath, but as a retiree, the easiest way to update your personal contact information is through UCRaise. There you can update your current address, phone number, and email address so that you can receive important information about your benefits or for any communications that we need to send to you. You may also use UCRaise to change your tax withholding information, enroll or change your direct deposit account, make changes to your UCRP beneficiary designation, or update your beneficiary's contact information. If eligible, you can also make changes to your retiree health benefits during open enrollment or due to certain qualified life events. If you have funds in the UC Retirement Savings Program, you can log into Fidelity's Net Benefits website to manage your investments, update your beneficiaries for your RSP balances, or to request distributions or rollovers in or out of the plans. Many UC retirees stay connected to the university, and we hope you will too. As a retiree, you will receive New Dimensions, a quarterly newsletter that includes important information about your benefits, such as the annual open enrollment period or the retirement COLA, as well as stories of what other retirees are up to. It's also a good idea to bookmark many of the online resources that are available, which provide important information on your benefits, how and when to make certain enrollment changes, and where to go to learn more about your retirement planning needs. These online resources include UCRaise, which we've talked about throughout this presentation is your retiree member portal, UCNet, which is the university's main website and has important information such as fact sheets, benefit summary plan descriptions, costs for your retiree premiums, and lots of other important updates as things change throughout the year. And myucretirement.com is where you can find important retirement planning tools, enroll in webinars, and where you can make an appointment with our local Fidelity representatives. There are many ways that you can stay connected to your location as well. You may join your location's Emeriti or Retiree Association, where they provide lectures, social programs, voluntary opportunities, and much more. Many UC campuses also have retirement centers that offer additional programs and opportunities to serve the university, as well as to access certain campus resources. You'll find more information, including a list of retiree associations and centers and their contact information on UCNet. Finally, each location does have a healthcare facilitator who can help you better understand and obtain the full benefits and the services available from the UC-sponsored health plans. As you continue to prepare for your retirement, we'd like to point out some additional resources, including websites that include important fact sheets, summary plan descriptions, links to webinars and trainings, as well as who to contact if you have specific questions. So please ensure that you take advantage of all of these resources that are available. One last thought. Thanks to all of you for your service to the University of California. And for those of you who will be retiring soon, congratulations as you start your journey into what we hope will be an enjoyable and rewarding period of your life.